all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go! 10-2 stop.
I got it.
Hit it.
The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
At the 27-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
49, check 49, check 49.
Second and 2. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the... Turnover.
Let's go. 15 line it. 15 line. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
To throw on second down. Clifford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Back to throw. Clifford, the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's 2 really good stops in a row. Back-to-back tackles for losses. I mean, let's face it, they are locked in to what they're doing offensively, and now they've earned the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, haven't they?
Yeah, and offensively they're going to have to do something else because the run game, at least on this drive, isn't working. 3rd and long. It's locked. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the 41-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 2nd down and inches. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ready? 70, Indy. I'm going to run you over. X3, 218, chopper. Speed trip.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
After the interception, it's locked. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
They're running it.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. This one caught by Isabella. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Down, 50, plant.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Clifford able to find Isabella. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Here we go.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, Clifford flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Samson Abuka leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Let's get this.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifford. That ball complete to Isabella. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And the return will stop right around the 25. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now, let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Luck on first down. Looking deep for Julio. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Julio Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Williams. There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And the Cowboys are in the end zone for the touchdown.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Joseph on for the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, check.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Set 50, plant.
50, exit.
Off play action. Clifford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
At their own 39-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He's going to find Gallup here complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. A final shot before break. Clifford. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. Powers through. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Clifford. He's going to go for a big play. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
What we got?
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Love. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, Delta, let's go. Let's be good.
2nd and 14. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. He'll take it at the 42. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Throwing on second down. Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter.
Hey, team six. Shoot.
On first down, Clifford. He's going to look deep for more. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down now, Pollard, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On second down, Pollard. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll fake it. Now Locke. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
13 spill.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
2nd and 15. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now on 2nd and 13. Luck, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Throwing his lock. It's caught. Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
It's a loss of run. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
On the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Cowboys.